You may have wasted your time if you follow the 3-episode rule. Some say it lets you see shows you might have missed out on. For weak starts, but that's a terrible system. Let's not fear, there is a better way. The idea of it is that you should give every show about 3 episodes to get hooked on it, and then learn what the show's really about. If you skip the OP and ED of every show, it can take about an hour if it's your standard 20-minute show, or 3 hours if it's an hour-long show. When I was new to anime, I would never drop a show. To me, it was like saying a show was bad without really knowing that it was awful, because how can you truly know something is bad if you haven't seen all of it? I want my opinions to be taken seriously by my friends. The more and more shows I watched, the more and more I saw shows I just did not enjoy. From dull as brick shows like Green Green, to shows that were definitely not for me like Chunibyo. Eventually, I gave into the 3-episode rule, and dropped shows left and right after 3 episodes. I was free from bad anime, and I dropped a lot of shows that people liked, like Konosuba. Out of peer pressure, I watched more and continued to dislike it more and more, wasting about 2 hours of my life on that show that I don't care about and I should have dropped at episode 1 because I didn't like episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6! So why do we constantly have this idea of 3 episodes? Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Madoka Magica famously has a massive twist in episode 3 that if you don't know about, get a life. Hearted World is peeled back to show a dark magical hellscape that these magical girls are fighting through despair and dread for their lives. This is foreshadowed by several sequences in episode 1, even the ending theme song is extremely dark, though of course you would know that this show gets bad and dark when you realize that it was written by Gen Urobuchi, also known as Gen the Butcher, who will kill everyone you love. This kind of gives away the plot twist in episode 3 that the show was going to get dark. He's also known for his edgy storylines and his puppet show. So the first shot of Madoka is Madoka walking downtown in a very strange and bizarre world of shapes and colors that don't really make sense, and how the world is talked about being so cruel and awful. So I don't know how anyone was surprised when it became dark, though some of that is a lot of research for anyone new to a show. No one should really have to do any homework to figure out how to watch a show. It's funny though, we judge shows in a lot less than 3 episodes normally. Some say it gives the shows a fair chance, but that's not true at all. Shows are advertised on seasonal charts. You see them people talk about on Twitter. There are trailers and posters and descriptions of them. And you don't watch every show you see on Twitter now, do you? If you do, you might need help, you f***ing goon. And myself included, will not watch most of the shows that I am aware of, because I don't have that kind of time. And also, most of them just don't sound appealing. Sometimes the art looks bad. Sometimes the animation looks stupid. But that's not really giving a show a fair chance. Shows can be good with bad animation and bad art. There's this one show about girls joining a light music club, but it's not really the focus of music. It's about them just enjoying the club life. Now to you and me, that sounds really, really fucking boring. Yet, that show, K-On!, is considered one of the best anime ever released and is extremely well loved by the people who make anime, who make your favorite shows, love that show. People are obsessed with it in Japan. I mean, I'm too, but it's a good show. It's a good fucking show. What about the show about the Free Planet organization fighting off the tyrannical empire, following 2 upstarts from both sides of the war? It sounds kind of like a standard space opera in a lot of ways. Evil empire, good heroes. I'm talking about Gundam. No, I lied. We're talking about Legend of Galactic Heroes. A show that many anime elitists will tell you that it's the best show ever made and it will ruin anime for you forever. It's a lot of scenes of people sitting around talking about the philosophy of war and then seeing squares blow up other squares. This is true. This has ruined anime for me forever ever since I watched it. And I am better than you because I have seen it. Best show ever made. 10 out of 10. I fucking love this show. But you can't understand that just from a trailer or a poster, is that's the easiest way to burn your precious time. In a day, there's 24 hours. Ideally, you will sleep for 8 of those hours. Ideally, I know most of you are degenerates. Then if you have school or work, that's another 8 hours, plus transportation, plus you gotta make food, so you got about 5 to 6 hours of free time each day. And no one is really efficient with their free time because that would be stupid. So maybe you spend about 20% of your time watching a show. Maybe more, maybe less. It's hard to figure out how much time the normal person spends, but either way, 80% of all media will not appeal to you. So you'll continue going through another 3 episodes every day, and maybe after several weeks you'll find a show you like. Or you could just drop the show that you didn't like in episode 1 and move on with your life to a better show. How many bad episodes do you have to suffer through? We're only on this earth for so long. We only have so much precious time. Why not have fun with it? Following an arbitrary rule because you want to give the benefit of the doubt to a show, that's the job of the show, is to entertain you. It can feel hopeless at times when there's so little time in the world and there's only so much to do. How do you sift through all the bad shows to find out those shows that will resonate with you, the things that will change the way you look at life, and remember why you love shows in the first place? You can do a ton of research, follow your favorite directors, but that's work. No one wants to do work for their favorite shows. That's stupid. I just want to go turn on my TV and pick the first show I see, and if it's fun, hell f***ing yeah. But will that show resonate with you to the ends of time? A show that you will love forever and ever and keep thinking back, damn, Call Me Tonight really changed the way I think about life forever. Yeah, we're going to stick with that. There are many shows that can sell you in the first few minutes, let alone a shot of the show. Kill la Kill starts with an explanation of fascism rise in Germany, until a giant man breaks down the front door, interrupting the class, causing an explosion, incredible animation style that you don't normally get out of anime. With a bombastic soundtrack and sound design to grab your attention, we see a student steal a uniform, and this giant man, Gamagori, chases after this kid who has stolen but a lone shirt. And within 2 minutes, we're aware that in this strange school, this show has an incredible use of animation, and that the school's under the watch in a fascist way. And these school uniforms are desired by many and all. And we are shown quickly that this suit energizes this kid who stole it. He's stronger, faster, he's more alert. And we learn that this is a 1-star uniform, and Gamagori has a 3-star, far more powerful. That's in 2 minutes. The world has been established, you have an idea about the villains, the show has set its hook into the world. And then the opening plays and you meet the main character. What an amazing way to start a show. I am excited to learn more. Let's take a look at another. The universe is massive, and a great war is overtaking all of space. A man states in his giant ship robot is going to war, but then it spirals away to the smallest place in the universe. A young boy is drilling underground until he finds a giant robot's head. And in this underground village, in this boring and dull place, these people cannot see the light above, for they live underground. Why are they underground? We learn that Simone the Digger and Kamina, the most inspirational man alive, decide they want to break out and see the greater world when a giant robot falls out of the heavens, showing them light for the first time, and they have to fight these incredible monsters to have their own freedom. The hook's been set. Intrigue has been shown. Space station is exploding and 2 men are fighting over a briefcase. Then, 17 years later, the friendliest man alive, Gentaro, gets mad when we see a guy throw away a love letter without reading it, and he takes this as a great insult. Gentaro looks at this man who has thrown away a love letter and says, "I will become your best friend, and you're gonna deal with it, bitch." Then we learn that stars are becoming monsters and trying to destroy the world. What do these 3 wonderful shows have in common? They're all written by the same dude, which is my fault that I love one guy's writing way too much, and I should have thought more about the examples I picked. But besides that, they're also wonderful examples of showing the importance of making a first episode exciting, grand, while setting up the future stakes of the world by making you ask more and more questions about the world. Of course, there is no one way to make a first episode. There are many things that can go into what makes a first episode hook work really well. But I point these out because they're such easy examples of bombastic energy. It's one of Kazuki's greatest strengths as a writer. But let's go something that Kazuki didn't write, or at least I don't think he wrote. Pants fall out of the sky, a man driving an RV in just his underwear and gas mask is driving away, 2 corpses in the back, being dragged to the ends. It's a mess, there's an unconscious man next to him, and you hear sirens in the background. These shows invite you into the world, not by explaining everything, but by showing you why they're cool. Why these worlds are unique, why it's so crazy. That's how they sell you. You can watch until you're not enjoying yourself with a show. Once I'm bored and not having any fun anymore, I stop watching the show. Why waste your time? I will drop shows in 5 to 10 minutes if I think the show is that boring, and I will do it time and time again. What's the point of watching a show that will burn 10 minutes of my time if they have to sell me on their show by explaining? Don't tell me why your show's cool. Show me. This is a visual medium. I desire to be shown, not told. Don't tell me your character's cool. Show me your character's cool. If you watch enough seasonal anime, you'll see the same intro episode so many times you will be driven insane. The most common fear from this approach to media consumption is you might miss out on a show that gets better. But think how many good shows you will find in that time it took you to watch 2 or 3 episodes of a show you don't like in the first episode. Remember, shows are made to entertain you, not the other way around. We scroll by videos on TikTok. We walk away from YouTube Shorts. We leave videos early. This is normal. This is how you should consume content. If you're not enjoying something, stop watching it and watch something better and fun. Worst case, you can always go back. It's not like you're out of the game. It's not like you can't go watch Blazar episode 2. It might still suck, and it probably does. I don't care, Blazar fans. I actually haven't seen episode 2 of Blazar. All right, that's the point of the video. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. I'll be back with a 3-hour video sometime between now and December, bitches. Love you all.